It's been a while since I've done one of these, but what the hell did I just watch? Hi there everyone, it's me, the Deviant Art, and I finally got to watch The Promised Neverland. Yes, this was quite interesting. Oh my, I have goosebumps right now actually, now that I'm talking about this show, oh gosh. Promised Neverland was a very interesting series that I heard a lot of people compliment in the internet and the anime network and stuff like that. And, you know, I never really looked up the premise of it. I just heard that it's very mystery, or like there's like some kind of drama, psychological thing maybe with it. And I was like, I don't want to spoil myself with it, but I mean, I learned the details. It's very vague, and they don't tell you anything. And I was like, this seems pretty good. And, you know, like, when I got to watch the actual episode, I'm just like sitting there anticipating. It was like, okay, I know some shit's gonna go down, but what is it? You know, you have a bunch of kids like in this like Attack on Titan wall looking thing with this person, one single female who proclaims to be their mother. And I'm just like, okay, what's the dealio here? You know, just like what's the secret? You know? And essentially, I'm getting ahead of myself, but the premise of this show is you follow these three 11-year-old kids, Norman, Ray, and Emma. I remember Ray because he looks like Gray from Fairy Tail just a bit, or he reminds me of it. And these three are the main characters, being the oldest kids out of like, I think there's 38 of them in this orphanage. So that's, of course, spikes or, you know, straws, red flags for my brain. And I'm just like, all these kids in this orphanage, you know, like, stay here, kids, don't go near the walls, it's dangerous or whatever. And it's like, my Attack on Titan senses are working. Clearly, not really. Like, there's not like a basement or anything. But essentially, there's a secret. And, you know, at first, in the whole majority of this episode, you just have the kids, you know, do their normal routine. They wake up in the morning, they eat breakfast, they go to class, and I'm just like, what, like, this is a school in this orphanage? No, they're doing some kind of high-tech shit where they're like using these, like, I don't know, like these giant-ass tablets as desks, and then they have like VR pens or shit, and then like, and headphones, I think it's headphones? I thought they were wearing like VR goggles and some shit. But they're doing this class thing, and essentially it's like a test, I guess. I can't exactly tell what the hell they're doing because they're just scanning barcodes with their pens. And then essentially our main characters, Ray, Norman, and Emma, get the perfect scores because, you know, they're the oldest. So of course they're getting perfect scores. After that, they play tag, playtime, and, you know, you have them play tag multiple times. They get near the wall. I'm just like, oh, you know, when we grow up past 11, so I'm assuming when they're 12, they leave, I guess. And it's like, you know, I want to go see the outside world, get adopted into a family, and, you know, I want to see a train, I want to date a girl, I want to get more clothes and stuff like that. You know, I have these young kids, 11 and younger, have these dreams and stuff of, you know, getting outside the walls and seeing outside. And I'm just like, red flags, red flags. And then after that, you actually have one of the kids being adopted. Okay, I realize, honestly, if you haven't seen the episode, don't watch it. Just watch the episode and then come back to this, because we're getting some deep shit here. One of the kids gets chosen to be adopted. She's like 6, I think. Her name's, was it Millie? I forget her name, but she has like a cute bunny girl doll with her. And, you know, it's just like, oh, I'll write you guys letters when I'm outside. It's all good. And I'll miss you guys. I love this place. I want to stay here, but I have to go. And then, lo and behold, she leaves her doll in the orphanage. I'm just like, oh gosh, this is it. This is the driving point. And I'm just like, the older kids, Norman and Emma, was like, wait, I see the lights are still on at the gate of the walls. We can still make it if we run. So they bring the doll and try to deliver it to her. When they arrive at the walls, they see like a bunch of shit. So they see a truck, and I'm just like, oh gosh, there's civilization. Okay, so there's clearly adults, and they have cars and vehicles and stuff like that. So what's the dealio? They look in the back of the truck at the gate, and they see the kid's dead body and a giant like rose sticking out of her body. I'm just like, what the fuck? So this was like some weird ass territory so far. I'm just like, okay, this is the reveal. kid's dead, and I'm just like, so, so they're trapped in this wall thing with the orphanage, and the mom is selling or raising these kids so that they can be selling organs or like killed like when they're outside the walls. I don't know per se, it's so weird. But then like they see the dead body and then they hide in the truck because people are coming. It's like, oh shit, there's adults. And like, you know, are these guys like terrorists or like, I don't know, like what else would you call these adult like things that are like killing these kids and then like, you know, raising them and stuff. But no, they're freaking monsters. And I'm just like, wait, what? So that was some mind-blowing ass shit. First, the kids are traumatized by seeing their friend they've grown with in this orphanage in the back of the truck murdered and I guess like killed. And then you have freaking monsters with like weird ass creepy designs come out and just like, oh man, human flesh is the best. Oh man, we got another 6-year-old. Oh man, I can't wait for those 11-year-olds when they grow and develop and we have more human skin and flesh. And I'm just like, what the fuck did this anime just turn into? And the mom, of course, was all part of it. She freaking raises these kids as a farm or some shit. And then when they get adopted, sells them out for these monsters to eat on as food and shit. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is a very fucked up anime. But it's very interesting. And I'm just like, you don't get every single detail. So the kids just run away in fear and shit. And then essentially, I guess they mentioned the plot of this whole anime, which is to come up with a way and devise a plan for all like the 38 kids in the orphanage to somehow escape and run away from all these monsters and leave the orphanage and get outside of the walls and their thing and stuff like that. And I'm just like, dude, this shit is so freaking fire. And the opening in the beginning, also pretty clean. But like, ooh, what a way to set up a very great first episode. Leave a great impression on me, and I'm assuming for this whole series, it's gonna be a very like psychological and strategic planning sort of thing, where it's like, okay, what are the steps we have to do to leave this orphanage and get outside the wall safely? Number one, we gotta kill mom, because like she's clearly in cahoots with these monster things, and we gotta get rid of her first, then like make sure everyone's safe, and then you have to somehow escape the walls, maybe get a car, and then somehow evade all these monsters and find safety. I'm just like, I don't know if this manga is ongoing, but this shit's like pretty, this is pretty interesting. This you see, as a first impression, this series left a very good note on me, because I watched this after like the whole happy bang dream, and I'm just like, oh, this is very dark and mystery and like very psychological and interesting, you know? But yeah, honestly, if that's how the anime is going to be, then I'm really like invested right now, because this show seems very interesting to reveal this whole crazy ass plots, and the kids, these 11-year-old kids, have to strategically outsmart these monsters and creepy ass mom to save all 38 of their brothers and sisters in this orphanage and escape the monster's clutch and escape the walls and the titans or whatever, you know, I'm joking references. But yeah, this anime, ooh, I'm kind of sweating a bit, and my arm is having goosebumps just a bit, because this anime is pretty good. The reveal was on fire, because I thought it was like, oh yeah, the adults trafficking kids or some shit like that, but no, they're freaking monsters. I'm just like, what's wrong with the outside world? Is there monsters in this world? There's clearly humans, so what happened to all the other adults and the humans? And where would these kids come from? Were they like born inside the orphanage, or were they born and kidnapped and then put into this orphanage? So many questions, which is really good, because goosebumps, man. I can't wait for this episode. So that's my first impression for The Promised Neverland, and so far, ooh, it's made a very good impression on me this season. We'll see how it goes for everything else, because not everything has aired yet. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this series. It's quite interesting. And leave your thoughts or theories about how the hell this thing will go into fruition. Don't spoil anything, because I know there's a manga, so don't spoil anything, I swear. You spoil something, then I don't know, whatever. But yeah, leave your thoughts and ideas for how the hell theories, how they'll get out of this situation. And yeah, that's it for Promised Neverland. episode 1. Oh, what the hell did I just watch? Anyway guys, I have to make one more video, so I'll see you guys later. Take care guys, and matane.